Hello, YouTube. As you can see, I am actually in my car. I was out here chilling and eating lunch. I know I didn't film it for you guys, sorry. But it was roast pork with mixed vegetables, white rice. Oh, I forgot. I took their lunch special that had egg roll. Yeah, this is delicious egg roll, which I will finish up here in a minute. But I even have some hot sauce or some this is what they call duck sauce, poor ducks. I guess they squeeze them and get this out. But anyhow, I'm getting ready to head back to the Orlando VA, which is at Lake Nona down the street, and thought you guys might want to come along with me on the ride. I noticed a comment by one of our, I guess, New Zealand viewers who was commenting about how bad the roads are in the United States, and really shocked. The reality is, as another viewer commented, the quality of the roads and even the buildings and stuff depends on the location, where you live or where you're traveling through. The Melbourne Palm Bay area is starting to build up a little bit and getting some more money coming in with all the new people moving in. So they're starting to become upscale neighborhoods. Most of the sections you see me driving through are the old sections, which are kind of run down. And the city doesn't spend that much money repairing those roads and stuff. I don't know if they just don't get enough money, or as the new areas, which have all brand new stuff that they take care of. I do know Florida roads are always under constant construction. But anyhow, I've got a couple hours here. Like, I don't have to be back. It's 11:20. I don't have to be back till like 2 o'clock. But I don't really feel like driving off, so we're going to go ahead and just head back towards the VA hospital. But I'm going to take you on the ride just to show you the neighborhoods and how different it can look, even though we're in the same state here. We are in the Orlando area, just at Lake Nona, which is about an hour and a half away from the Melbourne Palm Bay area. So let me go ahead and get started here. Matter of fact, I'll even leave this thing up here so I can munch on my... Maybe I'll go ahead and eat before I continue. Let me do that, because this is getting cold. Well, this isn't a full-blown cooking or eating episode. I thought I would share with you how I eat my egg roll. I basically get the duck sauce, and I squeeze a little bit on top like that. Let it kind of soak in, and then I take a bite. So good. This meal was a little bit under $7, like $6 and something, $6.50 or something like that for their lunch special. You can get the lunch, and you can get either the egg roll or soda. I opted for the egg roll because I have plenty of soda in the vehicle already. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish eating, and then I'll take you on my little ride here just to show you the neighborhood, the condition of the streets, and maybe even the outside of the VA office. It's very impressive. Probably one of the most impressive buildings I've ever seen. Alright, I did finish eating. Got rid of the, I don't see my trash here, but got rid of the holder. Just wanted to show this little table for those of you who missed the episode where I built the little table in the front cab here. It's really useful for doing stuff like this, eating. I can even put my computer on it and work. What's holding it in place, you see the bars here, the hand rests, hold it up on this side, and it works out that it's level. I do have little nails here. I don't know if you can see the nails here with little holes that I drilled. I'm going to take that out. And underneath are L brackets that, let me get my appointment sheet out here, but anyhow, you can see the L brackets here hold the nail in place, and that's what just stores it like that. Although, I'll be honest, the console kind of broke and fell apart due to weight, maybe from the table being on there. So, be warned, if you're going to do this, your console may fall off. I tried to screw everything back in using the side thingy here. And so I have a little hooks, sort of, they can be used to move cables. I can even hang something from it. But anyhow, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and go on our drive, and I will give you a little tour just to show you what it's like around here, driving around Lake Nona area. Alright, we got the vehicle started, and we're going to go ahead and go on our little ride here. Lake Nona has been around for a while, actually, but only recently started getting all this new development. But you can see how fancy this place kind of is. I would say this area is like upper middle class. People here probably make more money than around the Melbourne Palm Bay area. I don't know how they can afford all these houses, what they do exactly, but there's a lot more business here, and people make more money. They have to be able to afford to live around here. But you can see the buildings are somewhat fancy schmancy little shopping plaza here. But that's typical of this city here, Lake Nona. I don't know if Lake Nona itself is a city, but I guess it is. And there must be Lake Nona out here somewhere. Maybe one day, maybe even, well, today. I don't know if we're going to have time because I have so many appointments. But one of these days, possibly today, we're going to try to go out to Lake Nona. See if we can find the lake itself. Anyhow, I'm heading towards the VA right now, and you can see already these roads are a lot smoother and nicer. Part of it is because they're newer, because this is a new development. But part of it is also, this area here is upper middle class. And you can see how the trees line the roads, and they look all pretty. Mowers ahead, so they pay, the city or somebody pays to have mowers come out here, yard maintenance and stuff. And you can see how they have the grass all trimmed, all pretty. It's just grown a couple inches, and they're going to trim it back down and make it all nice. They even put in like stuff like sidewalk. See the sidewalk there alongside the road? And on both sides of the road, you see the white line and the bicycle lane. So the people here ride bicycles. And when they built this, they built the roads to allow the bikes to coexist with the cars by making designated bicycle trails or paths. And here you can see the houses are fairly nice. They're like row homes. I guess the modern society, at least American society, people don't like to do yard work. So these houses are pretty large size, and they're right next to each other. I don't know if I could live in a house like this. Some of them even have 2 or 3 units or 4 units, all connected to one another. But they have very small yards, and I don't even think they do yards. Look at the back there. You can see there is no yard. And this looks like an empty lot still. But they squeeze in a bunch of what used to be, you know, room for one house and a yard. They can fit like 2 or 3 houses in that. Like maybe over a 2-yard house, they can fit 3 houses, maybe 4. Like they cut a yard into 1/2 or 1/3. I mean 1/2 or 2/3. And then they put a house there. But you can see these are all row houses that they have here. I'm not sure what the cost is here, but I would guess probably in the mid to upper 200,000, like 250,000 or more, maybe 300,000 for these houses. Which is a bit more than the houses around the Melbourne Palm Bay area, which right now, as crazy as it is, it's like about 150 to 200,000 for those houses, even though they're nowhere near worth it. These houses may be worth what they're asking. They're newer. The houses in the Melbourne Palm Bay area, because the new people moved in and started buying up new land and putting up $400,000 homes, they drove the price of real estate up, including the junky houses. So you got people who in beat up old houses trying to sell them for $200,000, which is ridiculous. Those houses are not worth the $200,000. But that's the going rate, and also rental is expensive, making it really hard for somebody like me and other people who aren't, you know, making like $60,000, $80,000 a year to even rent a place out, because rental on a house is at least $1,800, $1,600, $1,800 for a small house, possibly more like $2,400 to rent, which is crazy. Now, those people who are renting those houses for that much, a lot of them bought the houses when they were only $60,000. $60,000 to $80,000 is what they were selling for previously. And then when the housing boom went up, they went up all the way up to nearly $300,000 for the same house. There was a big crash, and all the houses dropped back down, but now all the investors are coming back and jacking the prices up again. I suspect there may be a second crash coming, because those houses are trying to sell for $300,000, $200,000. They're not with it. They're not $300,000 homes. So we'll see what happens, but I'm not even in the market anymore. But here you can see they got the school here, as well as all the designated markings and stuff for a bike ride. You can basically ride around the neighborhood and to the shopping center, as well as even to the VA hospital. And the roads are arranged in blocks, like, you know, almost, they're not perfect blocks, but mostly blockish, so you can find your way around easily. These look like apartments or condos that are being put up, and you can see how fast they put them up. This is what they look like here. And some of you watching this are saying, why is Denoy showing all this? Well, it turns out that I do have a lot of international viewers, so people from other countries. They always find it fascinating, just like I do when I watch videos that are produced in other countries, to see how, you know, people live in another country. You can see the airplane there flying overhead, probably heading towards Orlando International Airport. This is the start of the VA, and it's like a whole complex, and it looks, to me, every time I come here, I feel like I'm driving into Buck Rogers. I don't know if you guys know what Buck Rogers is, but Buck Rogers is this fictional, like Buck Rogers in the 25th or 26th century. So he's like a spaceman from Earth, an astronaut, who somehow ended up time traveling. You know, he ended up freezing or something, and I don't remember what happened with Buck Rogers, but he woke up 600 years after everybody else had died from where he was from. So he's in the future. And here you can see the building is like very impressive. It looks a lot like Buck Rogers type building. But we are going to the Lake Nona VA Medical Center. I'm gonna have to stop filming here because they probably won't let me film at the gate, and I gotta get my ID out. But we're gonna go ahead and go in there, and then I'll show you a little bit more clip. All right, so I just went through the security gate. You gotta have like an ID card to get in. But this is what the building looks like coming up. It is the Orlando VA. The main entrance, which I never go through. I've never gone through. I am going to head out to the parking garage and then probably go sit inside. Maybe they have like nice Wi-Fi, and you might have seen me broadcast from their little garden area in the center. I don't know if it's called an atrium or whatever, but it's beautiful. And I'm just gonna chill here for a couple hours and work on YouTube as best as I can to try to tag videos and rename them and get some work done, because I have internet access while I'm here. And I basically go up this driveway, this parking garage, all the way to the top floor. I don't know if you guys want to ride with me, but those of you who want to, you can kind of see what it's like to ride in here. Got my lights on, and this is what it looks like in a parking garage at the Orlando VA. What's really cool is the way they designed it. They put the center, you can come up and cut over and loop up. It's one of the better parking garage designs. I've seen some garage designs that are horrendous. This one's good, because once you figure it out, you can go up. You don't have to drive the whole floor. We keep going up. We're on the second floor here. You can just come here, take a right. Just make sure you're looking for anybody coming here. Look that way. I don't see anybody, because it's all one way. Nobody should be going the wrong way here, but then you just loop. So you're basically only having to go through a quarter of the garage to make your way up in a spiral pattern. But I like going up to the top because I like get up there, even though it can get hotter with the sun. But I like it because there's usually a breeze blowing and it's open air, and I could even just sit up there if I wanted to. Like, I might even just sit up there for a while in my van. I could even take a nap. Maybe I'll take a nap. Of course, I could take a nap down here too, but I don't know. I have never, except for one time at the airport, slept inside a parking garage like this. Like, parked the van and slept in it. Just because to me it's kind of, you hear all the cars going by, and it is kind of gloomy, you know, and you're surrounded by cars in the dark in a garage. That's what it would feel like to me. But this is what hospital parking garages may look like around here. Most indoor garages, you'll at least be protected from the sun and the rain and stuff. So it is a potential, you know, overnight parking location for those of you who seek locations. A lot of times they have guards that go up and down looking, you know, but I haven't really seen anyone get harassed by guards at parking garages in the hospital. I parked at the airport and slept there when I went to pick up my wife when she was coming back from Argentina. And that was a kind of an expensive experience because parking garages there, they charge you a lot. That's at Miami International. Oh yeah, speaking of which, you know, on my drive there and back, I got ticketed. Yeah, I guess they said I ran some kind of toll road that I wasn't aware of. So I got to pay these e-bills. They're like $1.50 each. But if I don't pay them, they could end up suspending my license. So I gotta do that today when I leave the VA. And here we are out in the open, yeah. But you can see it's been pretty packed in there, and it was packed all day today. I'm hoping that they didn't take my spot that I left. I see at least one spot, so I should be okay. Yeah, someone, I don't know if they took my spot. I normally back in. You know, I cut across and make it so I can just head out, but this time I may have to park forward. Or I could try to turn around and back up. Yeah, I think this was my spot or somebody took it, but this truck's kind of sticking out, so I'm not going to park next to him. I can go right next to this one with two little cars. And I'll go ahead and do this. I'm just going to have to back out today when I get ready to leave. It's going to be a little bit dangerous. I hate backing out. It's dangerous because you can see it's hard to see, especially when the shades and everything are all blocked off. But anyhow, here we are at the VA, the Orlando VA at Lake Nona. And they have these barriers they put up on the garages to keep people from jumping off the building. Because, you know, I guess I do a little PDA here, but basically, almost every day a vet somewhere is killing himself. From depression, from PTSD, or just from struggling. Because when you come back after you leave the military, sometimes it feels like people really don't care. They say they do. You know, people say thank you for your service, or you know, they have these holidays or whatever where they celebrate you being a vet. But if you look at the realities how vets are treated, like even right now, you know, I'm a U.S. vet, and I'm not the only one. I'm actually better off than a lot of vets. A lot of them turn to drugs, alcohol, and other things, you know, and they become homeless people on the streets. Some of those people you see under the bridges and stuff are vets. Me, I'm pretty good, but basically you get a lot of lip service, but not a, let me shut that noise right there, but you get a lot of lip service saying thank you and all that, but there's really not much help that they give you. I mean, I'm fortunate that they're giving me help right now at the VA, but even now I'm limited in the kind of help I can get. Not so much, well, part of it is from the VA, like they cut out dental. You have to be 100% disabled, so I don't even qualify for any dental work or anything anymore. But just wanted to put it out there that, you know, this country really does need to do more to service its vets. These are the very people who, you know, fought for this country, and some have died, some lost their limbs, and some lost their minds. So, you know, to say that you thank someone for their service, it's easy to say that, but you really need to show it. When I say you, I don't mean you personally, but I mean the nation, the people that are voting the politicians in, you know, the lawmakers, the people who decide on these policies and stuff. They need to do more than lip service, because it's pretty sad when pretty much every day there's a vet somewhere killing himself. I know it's kind of a sad thought, but I thought I'd leave you with that thought in mind. And you know, when you vote, try to get people in there who don't just say they care, but will actually do something to show that they do care. So until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you are doing well. And if you are a vet like me, please remember, life does get better. You know, change is one of those things that can happen suddenly. And as long as you know that even if things are rough and tough and hard right now, they can change. But if you kill yourself, that's the end. There's no more change other than it's over. And really, life is good. You know, life is a gift. Even when it's hard, it's still a gift. I try not to throw away a gift, especially one as unique and as special as your life. Take care now. God bless you. Stay safe and love yourself. Have a good day, everybody.